Spring has sprung. Gotta cool off. Let's dream. Yeah. I'm listening. Beautiful. Sweet dreams. Spring is sprung. Orders for me. Time for a swim. I'll do my best. Spring is here. Well, if that's what you want. Gotta cool off. For peace. I'll do my best. I will protect her. Very well. I'm listening. There. Beautiful. Oh! I'll bury you in the sand. Time for a swim. Well, let's dream. If that's what you want. Do you need a hug? I'll do my best. Orders for me. Gotta cool off. Shall we drown them?
Hey everyone, GuardianE here with another Camilla Emblem clear video in Fire Emblem Heroes. Today we'll be challenging legendary Chrom, crowned Exalt, in his very own legendary hero battle on Abyssal difficulty. So this map isn't too bad. There are a lot of reinforcements and not a lot of places to hide, so depending on your team composition, there may not be a lot of good places to get away from the front lines. But that said, it also means that AoE specials, AoE debuffs, and splash damage all work exceptionally well here. Now, Chrom himself naturally has his specialized assist to Change Fate, which allows him to reposition an ally, boost his own attack, and then refresh himself to move forward and attack again. Now, something that's worth noting is that similar to Lucina in her Future Vision assist, Chrom chooses to use this assist as an AI based upon the reposition AI. So if repositioning an ally won't pull them out of a danger zone, he simply won't bother doing it, and he's not smart enough to figure out that he could get that reposition, refresh himself, and then secure a kill afterwards. He also comes with Ether on a 2-turn cooldown, and they threw Darting Stance on him, just to make it more difficult to double him on player phase. Now, the Cleric over here does have Recover Plus and Trilemma Plus, which can lead to some interesting strategies revolving around forcing the Triangle Adept to boost damage or defenses on your team, but ultimately she's more of a nuisance than anything else. At least she doesn't have any ploys to work with, which we often see on Clerics on maps like this. However, speaking of ploys, that's kind of been left to this Red Cavalier off to the side who has both Death Ploy and Sabotage Res. So he has a map-wide debuff and a Cardinal Direction debuff, 2 defensive stats on your team. Also happens to have a Raven Tome for those of us using colorless units, which I happen to be using today. So just something to be watching out for there. The Blue Mage over here has a Blade Tome with 2 wave skills, ensuring that he has at least 1 buff during all turns, as well as dull range. So he is a self-boosting Blade Tome user, and of course panicking him, good luck, unless you have a panic AoE attack, because he's certainly got the stats to get around any such panic ploys. The Sword Knight, speaking of Panic Ploy, has Panic Ploy, has Guard Sword and 99 HP, so very, very tanky unit here. Also a weird mix of Mixed Phase, because he does have, despite having a Guard Sword, also has Bold Fighter, which implies that he's more of a player phase unit, as well as Death Blow. Now, the Sword Knight does only have 23 res, so pretty sad on that front, so he is, you can take him down, he's not impervious. He's especially weak to magic. And finally, we have this Axe Cavalier off to the right-hand side here that has a Brave Axe and Pass, which is oftentimes a deadly combination on a cavalry unit, meaning they can just bypass your wall of defenses, or your front line, so to speak, and then hit some of your spongy units in the back. And the unit also has double Distant Guard. They doubled up on Distant Guard with him, which will give surrounding allies within 2 spaces of him a whopping +8 defense and res against ranged units, which we happen to be using. So obviously that is going to be a priority to eliminate early on, just so he's not creating huge problems tank-wise for the other enemy forces. Now, the map structure isn't bad at all. There's freedom of movement while allowing some flexibility in baiting the enemy down particular paths, off to the sides and around the corners. And using ranged units allows you to take pot shots over the columns here, which is very nice. So while there's a lot of freedom, there also aren't a whole lot of places to hide, as I mentioned before. So you want to maintain a middle ground where possible, and while pulling back when necessary, without giving up too much room. So, mixed phase units will excel here. And so we decided to bring a full fleet of magical wielding Camillas today. Let's quickly run through their builds. We'll start with Brave Camilla here. So merged at +10 with 5 Dragon Flowers, has an attack asset, has her Native Sangreather, Restore Plus, Miracle, Attack Speed Push 4, Wrathful Staff 3, Hone Flyers for the C slot, and Renewal 3 for the seal. Next up we've got Spring Camilla here, merged at +10, 5 Dragon Flowers, Summoner Support, plus speed asset, has Gronraven Triangle Adept build, reposition, Ether for the special this time around, Quick Riposte for the B slot, Goad Flyers for the C slot, and Iote Shield for the seal. Now, I traditionally don't really need Iote Shield on Spring Camilla to tank most archers. Obviously, the wrinkle in that is that when there are a lot of different colored archers, so we're going to have to put Iote Shield on her in order to create that tanking effect here. Next up, we've got Summer Camilla, Tropical Beauty Camilla merged at +10 with an attack asset, Blarblade Fury of Desperation build with reposition for the assist, Draconic Aura for the special, Goad Flyers for the C slot, and Flyer Formation 3 for the seal. And then finally, we do have Adrift Camilla here, Flower of Fantasy, +10 with an attack asset, Hazard Native Book of Dreams, reposition for the assist, Draconic Aura, attack Res Bond 3, Desperation, Goad Flyers, and for the seal I've swapped it to Fierce Stance 3. I just needed a little bit more enemy phase damage on her while she was kind of soloed out there, so that does do the trick for us for the specific strategy. So let's get started. My thought process when first approaching this map was I want Spring Camilla here to tank everything and kill as much as possible in one turn just because I thought that was cool. And in order to do that, the reds on the enemy team need to go. The armor here is a quick fix. We just need to use Brave Camilla over here to just go ahead and player phase eliminate him. Easy peasy. And then getting rid of the Cavalier was especially important on this run because of the double distant guard that he has. So in order to accomplish that, what we're going to do is we're going to use up Drift Camilla, we're going to reposition her forward, and then take out the Axe Cavalier on this turn. She'll double on player phase and secure that kill. Now the other red on the opposing side, the Red Cavalier here, has both Summer and Adrift Camilla in his sights, which is fine. Both of them can tank this Cavalier, but Brave Camilla, we're just going to reposition her to safety just in case. That also gives a Hone Flyers buff to Spring Camilla for the following turn. Adrift Camilla will proc that Draconic Aura and go ahead and take out that Cavalier. And now we're ready to kind of set things up. So we move Spring Camilla up into the range of as much as we can, and then we're going to go chip away at the Blue Mage. We'll use Brave Camilla to do that. Doesn't unfortunately get the full kill, but we'll reposition her to safety. And then we're going to use Adrift Camilla to finish off the Blue Mage. And now, that'll leave Adrift Camilla right here and in the range of the Cleric, but not really in the range of anybody else, as you can see. So that's a safe zone for Adrift Camilla, and she gets the bond buffs on this turn, being next to Spring Camilla. So she'll take out the Blue Mage, and now she's able to tank that Cleric without any issue, and now Spring Camilla can just tank everything coming her way, take out that Green Archer. Chrom is going to make an advance, but going to get ethered in the face, and then doubled back and killed. So goodbye Chrom, and now we've got a series of reinforcements to worry about, namely this Boat Cavalier is a big issue naturally, so we're just going to eliminate him right away with Spring Camilla. There we go, excellent. And at this point we want to double up on the Lance Fighter over here just to take her out if we can. We'll use Brave Camilla to kind of chip down a bit, and then we'll finish off with Summer Camilla here. And then once again, we're just going to fall back a little bit here. Stay in the range of the Cleric. Okay, everybody's lined up nice and pretty. We'll use Adrift Camilla with her Draconic Aura ready to eliminate the Axe Cavalier on player phase. Very, very nice. At this point, we just want to reposition to safety, so we'll use Summer Camilla to do that. Now, here we're just going to do a fancy little trick. We're going to heal Summer Camilla with Brave Camilla, get her topped off, and we're actually going to use Trilemma to our advantage, because we're going to have the Camillas tank the Cleric and get the Trilemma Triangle Adept effect on them, which will actually boost the defenses of Summer Camilla against the red tome user. So she'll take basically no damage and counterattack with huge damage because she basically has the Triangle Adept effect on her. So now at this point we just eliminate the Cleric with Summer Camilla with having that Hone Flyers buff and her Blade Tome boosted. And now we're just going to kind of shift over here and just kind of reposition ourselves, heal up, give the Hone Flyers buff to both Adrift and Summer Camilla as the enemy approaches. And now we can kind of handily take them out. So we use Adrift Camilla to eliminate the Axe Dragon on player phase. Then, of course, that frees up this tile, so Brave Camilla can swoop in and double the red Fafnir on player phase, taking her out. And then finally, the Lance Flyer, all by her lonesome, is going to get eliminated by Summer Camilla on player phase, as she's getting all of those healthy Goad Flyers boosts. So that is it. That is the strategy that I employed in taking out Crowned Exalt Chrom on his very own Legendary Hero battle on Abyssal difficulty. Let me know in the comments below what strategies and teams you ended up using to clear this Abyssal level map. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We thank you all so much for watching and taking time out of your day to spend with us. We really, really do appreciate it. And until next time, let's protect those skies.